Oh, hello. This is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. One of my former college roommates, he became a very successful chef as well as a restaurant owner. Once he told me that a perfect dish is that every ingredient in the dish is perfectly cooked. He told me that in order to control the flavor and texture of individual ingredients, they actually all cook separately and then combine together. I took his advice in cooking this dish and it turned out really well. This is a Panfried dish, include multiple ingredients, which include shrimp, eggplant, Brussels sprouts, pepper, as well as tofu. Okay, let's go into the kitchen and get started. I'm going to cook this dish in 4 different cooking sessions. This will give me better control of each individual ingredients. The first session is the pan-fried noodles. For this dish, I'm going to use angel hair spaghetti pasta for making the pan-fried noodles. You can take a look at this video for the details of how I prepare the pan-fried noodles. I have cooked these noodles a couple days earlier and I keep them in the refrigerator. Here I cooked about 1 pound of noodles. I'm going to use 10 ounces for dinner for my wife and I, and I'm going to save the other 6 ounces for my son later on. In order to prevent the noodles from sticking to the bottom of the wok, it is important to cook them in advance and then keep them in the refrigerator at least overnight. It takes about 20 minutes to pan fry the noodles. It's worth the time because both my wife and I enjoyed it very much. We really enjoyed the crisp texture of the noodles in contrast to the soft part of the noodles. If you have never tried it before, you should give it a go. I bet you're going to like this very much. So here I'm going to set aside about 6 ounces of noodles for my son to have some meal later on. I'm going to transfer the remaining of the noodles onto a serving plate and set it aside for later. For the next part of this dish, I'm going to cook the shrimp, but I'm going to have a novel approach. While I'm cooking the shrimp, I'm also going to cook the eggplants at the same time. I coat the shrimp with cornstarch to give it a crispy texture. The cornstarch will protect the shrimp and keep it moist and tender within. This method is known as shallow frying. I'm going to fry the shrimp undisturbed first, and then I turn it over. Since I have some extra space, I'm going to fry the eggplant with the shrimp. The Cucinary 14-inch stainless steel wok is perfect for this purpose. Because of its large surface area at the bottom, it can double as a small frying pan. The eggplant that I use for this dish is the variety known as American Beauty. I cut them up into wedges, so they are small enough about bite size, but they're not too small. So as you can see now, I'm turning the shrimp over to fry the other side. Now the reason I fry the eggplant together with the shrimp is because the eggplant takes quite a bit of time to cook. This way it will help me save time in the cooking process. Now the shrimp is ready. I'm going to set them aside. So next I'm going to stir fry the eggplant. The eggplant absorbs a lot of oil, so I add some more oil. The goal is that you want to saturate the eggplant with oil because that will give the best flavor for the eggplant. Next, I'm going to add some Brussels sprouts to the eggplant. Now the Brussels sprouts also take a little bit of time to cook, but it's about the same amount of time. By the time when the eggplant is ready, the Brussels sprout will be ready as well. The way to tell when the eggplant is done is to look for the translucent texture of the flesh of the eggplant. And now because of the eggplant take up so much oil, as you can see that the wok is getting dry, and the end result is that the ingredients are getting slightly charred. Actually, that's a good sign. You want it to char slightly, which adds flavor. So the final step is to add the colored bell pepper. I do not want to overcook the bell pepper, so a quick few stir, the dish is ready. I next then transfer the vegetables over the top of the pan-fried noodles. Cooking this part of this dish is very fast. It only takes about 5 minutes. And now it comes the last part of this cooking session, which is the tofu. A tofu is a regular firm tofu that I purchased from Walmart. I cut the tofu into cubes, and I'm going to use about 8 ounces of tofu for this dish. The tofu is already cooked. By cooking it this way, I'm going to give the tofu a strong flavor to go with the dish. I'm going to stir fry the tofu for about 15 seconds, basically to just brown it slightly. I try to stir fry the tofu very gently so that I will not break it up. Next, I'm going to add some water to the tofu. I'm first going to season the tofu with some oyster sauce, and this is followed by with some hoisin sauce. I'm going to further season the tofu with some fermented black soybean, which is my wife's favorite. I use the wok spatula to mix the contents, but I try to be very gentle because I do not want to break up the tofu. Well, I decided that it probably needs more water to create a sauce for the noodles. I found a spoon and did a quick taste test to make sure this is the kind of flavor that we want. I decided that it tastes pretty good, not bad at all. So the next step is that I'm trying to concentrate the sauce a little bit more. This is an excellent way to cook the tofu because the tofu will pick up the flavor from the sauce. I did a quick taste test again, and I decided maybe I like to add a little bit more oyster sauce. Okay, I really like the flavor, and the consistency of the sauce seemed to be just right. So I'm not going to thicken it with cornstarch. And now the dish is ready. Well, I'm getting hungry, so I better hurry up. So I placed the tofu on top of the vegetables. So far so good. I'm really looking forward to taste that yummy eggplant. The last step is to place the shrimp over the dish. Both my wife love how we cook the shrimp. It is slightly breaded, give a nice crisp texture. The shrimp is a great dietary item because it's very low in calories. So okay, the final step is to garnish the dish with some scallions. The total cook time of this dish is about 25 minutes. The major time spent in cooking this dish is frying the noodles. However, we like the noodles so much, we don't mind it at all. This dish is a lot of fun to cook. Really, it's not that bad because most of the ingredients I have prepped in advance. So cooking the dish is a lot of fun. This dish has all the ingredients that we love, so we have no trouble finish the dish completely. But of course, we left a little bit of noodles for our kiddies, and they seem to enjoy it too. So let us take a look at the nutritional outcome of this dish, particularly in terms of total calories. As one would expect, most of the calorie is going to come from the angel hair pasta noodles, which we use 10 ounces for 475 calories. The next major contributors of calories came from the tofu. It provides 213 calories for 8 ounces, but the tofu provides a lot of proteins. The vegetables in this dish, although they are quite significant, but their calorie contribution is only 177 calories. In fact, the other major calorie contributor that catch one's attention is the canola oil. For 3 tablespoons, it contributes 120 calories. So altogether, this dish has 1,224 calories, and each one of us consume 612 calories. I don't think it was bad at all because we were very full and consider all the nutritional quality of this dish. I would like to now construct a hypothetical situation. Consider if I am on a weight loss regimen, where could I cut calories? Of course, the first thing come to mind is to reduce the pasta. So if I reduce the pasta from 10 ounces to 6 ounces, that will reduce the calorie from 475 to 285 calories. The next area I think I could drop some calorie is in the tofu by reducing 8 ounces to 4 ounces. That will go from 213 calories to 107 calories. Also, I could see that using less cooking oil, that will go from 120 calories to 80 calories. This will easily allow me to reduce the calorie from 1,224 to 887 calories. This will drop our individual calorie consumption by 171 calories. This video demonstrates the clear example of home cooking, particularly in the case of flavor chasing. And by cooking each ingredient separately, I'm able to assemble a dish exactly to the way how I like them. And of course, the nutritional value of the dish is also important. By regulating the calories, you can consume the level of calorie that is suitable for you. This video provides a clear demonstration of the 4 attributes of my fast cooking system. And the word fast is the acronym for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.